Hey, long time no see. So, well, I think I should do a regular video in Portuguese, but I had to do this one. It's been a long time since I've made one, but I had to record this video because there are some things that I have to say, and it will be in English, of course, because it's an esports video, and I promised that esports videos would be in English. It's actually a message for the Brazilian community, but it is what it is, right? So, what I'm doing today, it's currently November 17th, 2024. And today was one of the greatest days in Brazilian esports like ever. It shall be remembered for a long time. Most people won't actually care, but for me, it's extremely special, right? First, before I get to the main point of the video, talking about the PEB, Prêmio Esports Brasil, the Brazilian Esports Award, and talk about W7M and Brawlhalla, I'll give some shout outs. Not necessarily like they have to do anything with Brazil, congratulations to Concord to winning the fall RLCS collegiate, right? The CRL. That's important to me because it's what made me fall in love with Rocket League. That's my favorite esport, so yeah, good for them. Congratulations to the teams that made to the São Paulo LAN in our in Rocket League tournament. I think it's Login, right, the name. Congratulations to Gabriel Fernandez, who won the Latin American Pokémon TCG. That's not actually an esport, but card games, they are extremely connected to esports. Mainly for Brazil specifically, mainly when PVDDR, Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, I think that's his name, won the Esports, the PEB award for the Brazilian Esports Player of the Year, because he won the Magic the Gathering World Championship, and he played via Magic Arena because it was during quarantine and everything, so it was actually an esport. He won playing an esport. He's one of the greatest Magic players of all time, and I think he deserved it. I really wanted him to win, but I didn't expect him to win this game. To win this game, no, the award. So I'm giving a shout out to the kid from the TCG community. He's actually a world championship. He's actually a world champion. But last world championship this year in August, he got 4th place in senior category. So, but props to him to win the Latin American, right? I've read a fun tweet that was the first Pokemon TCG prodigy, because really young, already world champion, and actually dominating. He's really good at this. So congratulations to him. And last but not least, what was the other thing that I was going to talk about? Oh, congratulations to the Brazilian teams that made through the Free Fighter World Championship. They will play the finals here in Rio de Janeiro. That will be next week, so congratulations to them. I think Pain Gaming will play the finals. I don't know which team, but but I believe Loud will be there. I think I don't know these teams that will be playing the finals, but congratulations to them. So besides that, we had Brazilian teams playing 3, actually not teams because there were fighting games players. So Brazilian people, Brazilian esports players. Congratulations. We will talk about 2 teams and some players that they play alone because it's fighting game, right? So we had 3 world championships. The Valorant Game Changers, Rainbow Six Major. That's actually not the world championship. It's a smaller and intercontinental. I think in Portuguese we have a great term for that. It's Mundialito. It's means a smaller world championship, or a major trophy, right? The 6 major. And we had the BCX. That's the Brawlhalla World Championship. Okay, so let's start with the Game Changers. That's why I'm using this jersey. because I really like MIBR. They are my favorite team in CS. I really cheered for them, and then they recently qualified for the upcoming Shanghai Major. So that's really great. Looking forward to watching them. And congratulations to the girls. Actually the players, because they have non-binary players and trans. So I'm not going to risk getting any pronouns wrong. So congratulations to them. They got second, but you can't really beat Fluorescent. I don't know how to pronounce their nickname. Congratulations to the Shoprite Rebellion for winning it. But I really wanted Brazil to win because we've been robbed extra spots for the last year. I really believe that that soon we will get an extra spot. I think we deserve 2 more, but that's fine. One more, and then one step at a time. We will win next year because their best player will go to the franchising, I believe. So that will be really good going forward. I really like the game changers tournament than circuit because I think it works much better than the franchising one, the main one, because it's open circuit. So yeah, viewership compared like to the other Valorant tournaments, I think Valorant tournaments viewership actually went up, mainly because of China and Japan, I think, but Asian countries. But Brazilian, the VCB, the main tournament in Brazil, not actually the Americas one, but the VCB, viewership went down. So the fact that Game Changers viewership is going up and in a contrary trend, opposite trend, that shows how it really works, and that the main competition should mirror what the Game Changers do. Okay, so next we are doing 2 Rainbow Six Siege and Brawlhalla at the same time, because now it's time to talk about Prêmio Esports Brasil. So I actually started keeping track of the award the same year PVDR won the Esports Player of the Year award, and I was really proud of it, proud of him mainly. I was so happy that he won, even though I'm not a really Magic the Gathering enthusiast. I have some cards, I've played some games, and a Brazilian winning it made me really happy. It wasn't World Championship at that, so congrats to him once again, because well, I'll keep saying this. But main point, focus. So the last few years, I actually kept track of the esports categories that I play and watch, but also Brawlhalla. I don't really play Brawlhalla, but I watch like every tournament, every major tournament, to get the drops. I get the drops from my brother. He doesn't care much about going to the stream and getting the schemes, but when I'm not doing anything, I just turn my computer on or my cell phone on, usually on weekends, so it's fine, and then get some drops for him and send him the codes, and I ended up watching the tournaments. So not this year, in 2022 we had the fighting games category, and I thought that some Brazilians were robbed of a nomination. It was Fiend and Wes, I think they were the double. They got like second place at a major tournament in doubles. It was actually our best result internationally in fighting games, as Brawlhalla has been for years now. We aren't good at all in maybe that's an exaggeration. We have some good players. We did well this year's Evo, but mainly Brawlhalla is our fighting game. It should be the national fighting game, but it isn't. Mainly because it isn't in Evo because they are how they think fighting games work. They don't add these platform fighting games, right? So Smash Brothers isn't anymore. That's Nintendo's fault, but it isn't, and Brawlhalla isn't considered FGC game. So it's good that the PEB adds Brawlhalla players to the FG award, but they should have added these players, right? These Brawlhalla players in 2022. They didn't nominate them, but then last year they actually nominated players. They nominated Kyna and Use. They got nominations, and during the voting period, the BCX 2023 was happening, and then the finals for singles was actually Kyna versus Use. Use won, and then when the finalists were chosen, they only picked up Use as a finalist, and then other fighting games for the other finalists. There are 3 players that are chosen as finalists, I think, and then the only Brawlhalla player was Use. I think that Kyna should have been chosen. They didn't, but that's fine. They didn't at the time, but that's fine. It's okay. So, and then Use won the World Championship, and he got the award. Things were looking promising. I thought that maybe my criticizing of the award would stop by then, but I was kind of wrong. Actually, not kind of, was very wrong, because this year the nominations were terrible. We have Use nominated, and that's fine. That's actually right. You should be nominated, but that's wrong, because Kyna isn't. And for the whole year, Kyna dominated the Brawlhalla scene. The mid-season invitational, I think that's not the name. I think it's CEO where the tournament happens. But Kyna won both singles and won doubles. So Kyna had the best result of any Brawlhalla player in the world by then, and Use was chosen, not Kyna. Not that Use is a wrong nomination, but it's objectively wrong to not nominate Kyna and nominate Use instead. Today, Use beat Kyna in the singles world final once again, like it was last year's grand finals and this year's again. And Use won with a bracket reset, and he's currently like 9-0 against Kyna in grand finals at BCX. So probably Use will win the fighting game player of the year once again, which I think it's unfair. I mean, he really deserves it. He's a great player. He's our second best fighting game player in Brazil. It's a nomination every year, but Kyna deserves as well, because he won the 2v2, the doubles tournament. So Kyna got in major tournaments, the mid-season and the BCX, he got singles first place in CEO, and doubles first place. This hasn't happened since Sandstorm's peak, who is the GOAT of Brawlhalla. And then at BCX, at Worlds, he got second at singles and winner at doubles. So he is the best player. He's just the best Brawlhalla player in the world. The best year since like maybe 2020, 2019 in the game. That's like 4 or 5 years ago. And he isn't even nominated. He isn't going to be a finalist. He isn't going to be the winner, while he truly deserves it. It's like no acknowledgement. And then we have like some Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat players. They are good, but they aren't at the peak of their game. And you can say that Brawlhalla's player base maybe it's smaller, and maybe it is, yeah, right. But we are talking about results. We are talking about acknowledging our esports players, and the fact that Brawlhalla could be at the top, like having a player winning this award, it helps the game, and it helps our national fighting game, which is like maybe the best sports game that Brazil is at, because like we get a world final with 2 Brazilians, and then the doubles is one again with an extra Brazilian. So like out of the 3 world champions of today, all of them are Brazilian, we've proven ourselves in a game that for years, like for 3-4 years before they opened for Brazilians, it was mainly focused on EU and NA. We destroy them. We've overtaken them, and that's with little investment. So it's really sad. It makes me angry, right? Because it should be. I don't understand the judging, right? I understand the fighting games judging, like they choose. If you see, they choose like streamers that stream Tekken and Mortal Kombat and FGC games, so they don't keep track of Brawlhalla, but they should choose Brawlhalla judges as well. It makes no sense. It's disrespectful. It makes me sad. I'll stop talking about it. And then maybe Brawlhalla issue is more on the judging. It's like we call it panela, right? But we have to move into deeper side. That's talking about acknowledgement in the whole Brazilian esports scene. For example, these players that are should be, I think, they could be nominated to the big categories, right? So they maybe Kyna should be nominated to, should have been, right, because it has already passed it. So should have been nominated to Brazilian Sports Player of the Year, and he deserves it. He really deserves. We have like many players in famous esports like League of Legends, Titan. He's really good, but we don't win. We fail and we fail again and again. We are terrible internationally, but in Brawlhalla, we are goated, and we haven't even we don't have orgs, big Brazilian orgs investing in the game. The players are all by themselves. So yeah, that is that. But then we will move to the big jury, right? The most important judges that choose the organizations of the year. We don't have big Brazilian organizations in Brawlhalla. I won't say none because I don't know much. It's deeper into the scene, because like Kyna and Use, they are players for Kingdom org. That's the biggest org in Brawlhalla. It's not Brazilian org. So yeah, if maybe we go deeper into the scene, maybe we'll find some, but I don't know much. Focus on the organization of the year, right? I should have like picked the names so I could criticize the one. I will do this again. I will do this now. Okay, so here we have the nominations, right? All fighting games. Yeah, unbelievable. League of Legends, modalidade. Yay, Rocket League winning this one. Oh, I'll have to say something good about the Prêmio Esports Brasil. Actually, the best athlete for other games, like games that are like not mainstream, they don't have like their own categories. Brawlhalla maybe could be applied to this one, but it's a fighting game, so it's in the fighting game category. So we have like PUBG players, Apex players, StarCraft players, Calazur, he's really famous, Sparking, the PUBG player, Azazel, the Apex player, Analog, the Dota player who plays for Heroic. They were actually playing right now against Biscos, but I don't know how the game ended. And then we have all of Furious Rocket League, Youngs, Lost, and Drufinho. And I have a guy called André Hilton, that's Skater XL player. He's the current world champion of this game. It's an unknown game, but Skater XL world champion, so he deserves to be in the other categories. This is actually, in my opinion, the best category of Prêmio Esports Brasil, because it gives recognition to those who deserve and don't have it. We have actually, I think we have a 2-time winner of this category that is actually I have to stop saying actually. We have a winner of this category that's a and Ozu, the music game Ozu, world champion. I think he won like the back-to-back the world championship, and then he won this category back-to-back as well. But now let's move to the best organization. So here we have the best organization. Furia, of course. Furia is the biggest organization in Brazil, logistically and logistically in general, and probably the richest as well. Loud, the biggest fan base, that's fine. MIBR, fine, good. They ended up at Game Changers World Championship final, and probably arguably the second best CS team in Brazil. And CS is the biggest or second biggest esport in Brazil, so that's fine. PEN, the best League of Legends and arguably the best CS team in Brazil this year. So actually, not this year the team, but League of Legends organization in general. Ignis, for non-binary, trans and women and cis women. So Ignis and the academy for younger players, and the main team. So yeah, PEN Gaming deserve it. Fluxo hasn't won anything. Maybe they will find success at Free Fire. So I think they want something in Free Fire. I won't say that's actually really wrong, but okay. I will skip this one in the order that it's here, and then I will go back. So Vivo K-Stars, they actually deserve for their results at League of Legends and Honor of Kings. They won some international trophies in Honor of Kings, and they are getting they're getting money for it. They're getting money. The prize pools are huge, so yeah. And then we have Team Liquid, that's not a Brazilian organization. Why the fuck is this here? Oh, they have some Brazilian teams. The Rainbow Six Siege team, though, hasn't won anything. The Valorant Game Changers team that didn't make to Worlds. So why is Team Liquid here? I don't understand. Okay, and Red Canids. There aren't any results or reason for Red Canids to be here. And why am I complaining, right? Because there is an org that makes no sense not to be here. That's W7M. They just won the Rainbow Six Major, the Montreal Rainbow Six Major. But even before today, they are the current world champions of Rainbow Six. They won the Six Invitational in the beginning of the year. So why aren't they here? I don't understand what happens to W7M. The problem with esports is that even projects are doubtful. If you don't have a huge amount of money, if you don't have the right connections, you are maybe bounded to never go big. It doesn't matter if you trust the game. It doesn't matter if you trust the scene. Once franchising comes, and it will come, you will be betrayed. Your organization, if you don't have enough money, the bigger ones will come. And that started with Counter-Strike, which actually had some accessible franchises. Smaller organizations could join. We had MIBR, that's not and smaller, but they had the blast slot, and then they sold, and Heroic got a franchising slot. It was the first franchising slot that Furia got before the organization was actually that huge. And then came the Valorant franchising, I will skip the Overwatch franchising that came before, because both this one and Call of Duty, they are actually garbage. They are and smaller games. So yeah, Fury allowed a MIBR. What am I saying? And then the Valorant franchising came with Fury Loud and MIBR. And now we have the Rainbow Six franchising, actually partnership program that will help these orgs get more money. We actually have the EWC partnership program too, that's franchising. And why is that a problem? Well, W7M didn't make past the... Oh, there is the League of Legends franchising as well. The old and the new franchise system. But let's talk about W7M, right? Well, last year in 2023, W7M wasn't nominated to the best esports organization. That year, they won 2 6 majors and were the best Rainbow Six team in the world. And why does it matter? Not only were they the best Rainbow Six team in the world, and actually, besides the 2 6 major titles, they got second at the 6 Invitational. So it was probably the best 6 major since the Penta G2 core. The best 6 major, no, the best 6 circuit cycle since the G2 Penta core 1. And being Rainbow Six, that's the Brazilian. It should be our FPS, the national FPS. It's Counter-Strike followed by Valorant, and then we have 6 major, 6 Invitational. We have Rainbow Six. Like I'm just keep saying the wrong things. Fun fact: Brazil is the only country to win the CS major, the Valorant champions, and it's actually the only country to win the CS major, the 6 Invitational, and the Valorant champions. That are the 3 biggest FPSs. So yeah, we are the country of FPS. And in the country of FPS, we only dominate Rainbow Six. We are by far the best region. And with many big Brazilian orgs, and even international orgs, with Brazilian rosters, W7M dominated the scene. And they weren't nominated. I don't understand why, but no one understood. The award was heavily criticized, and when they announced this year's teams, W7M was nowhere to be seen once again. And this time, they were actually the current 6 Invitational champions. So, out of everything, now we have Use and Kyna and the Skater XL guy that are world champions. So, but out of every org, because these guys aren't in Brazilian orgs, the only org that is a world champion was nominated, which is terrible. It's terrible for our esports scene in general. And now they even won the 6 major. So what happened with them, the whole story is that they won 2 6 majors last year, got second place at Invitational, they weren't nominated to the Prêmio Esports Brazil. Maybe the 6 Invitational was missing, and then they won it. The org couldn't renew the contracts with the lineup that went to Furia, so they got a new lineup, new 5 players. They were actually renegades, abandoned by orgs, kicked from teams as imposters. Volps was called the imposter at Liquid. So with renegades, they built this lineup. Couldn't make the last 6 major, but then they got to EWC, the Esports World Cup, got second place against BDS, and now they won the 6 major against BDS. So they have second place is at a Tier A tournament, that is EWC. First place at the biggest tournament, and first place at a major. Where's the org? Makes no sense. And they haven't been chosen to the Ubisoft Pet Partnership Program because it's a smaller org, even though it's probably the biggest org in six history. You can argue, say that oh, G2 won more, oh, G2 is more traditional and everything, but everything G2 did was with the same core. W7M had built the best team in the world, lost it, and rebuilt a new best team with new players, with 5 players, 5 completely different players, and even a different coaching staff. So props to the management, props to the staff behind the scenes that isn't even behind coaching. I think W7M is probably a top 5 org in Brazil. Maybe Fury, Loud, and MIBR, PEN, and W7M. Because, results-wise, that's W7M. Like, Fury, what does Fury have? Multiple lineups. A second place at Apex World Championship, which is huge because it's Apex, and it's the only great result from a Brazilian org with an international roster. What I mean with international roster is a American lineup. They have second to fourth place at CS Major and Rocket League World Championship. They have the Gamers 8 Rocket League title, and maybe some other smaller titles that I forgot now. Allowed is the Valorant World Champion. MIBR, Counter-Strike World Champion, and the org with the biggest prize pool won in Brazil's most traditional esport. So at Counter-Strike, MIBR won more money than any other Brazilian org, which is really, really important. And then PEN, that's probably the biggest org at our most important esport nowadays, that is League of Legends. And then W7M should come right after these big 4. I don't think Fluxo will okay, even though they are traditional orgs. They are up there. It's Fury, Loud, MIBR, PEN, and W7M, in my opinion. Now, yeah. So fuck Prêmio Esports Brasil. These judges should be ashamed of what they've done. Both the fighting games judges and the general judge, the specialists behind the best organization. They have to choose 8 orgs, and they managed to put Team Liquid and Red Canids instead of W7M. It's unbelievable. It's like they don't watch Brazilian esports. They don't care. They only watch League of Legends, and they only watch and Valorant. I don't know why Liquid is here. If they watch Rainbow Six, everyone is putting W7M ahead of Liquid. So they only watch Valorant and League of Legends, and Counter-Strike, of course, and of course Fluxo for Free Fire, I think. But because reading these orgs, it only makes sense that the judges are from League of Legends, Valorant, CS, and Free Fire. And that it's probably true, because when they have best game, the finalists are Valorant, Counter-Strike, and Free Fire, I think. Not even League of Legends is a finalist. So when it should be like Rainbow Six, League of Legends, and then maybe Counter-Strike, because Valorant was kind of terrible this year for Brazil. So exception with the Game Changers, which is the exception, and Free Fire is losing the hype. So I don't understand. I don't understand what Call of Duty is doing here. If I start talking about the disrespect with Brawlhalla, it will take a long time to end the video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and that's it.